Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's time again for Chewing Not Fat. Boys, I'm a little sick here, but it's time to get rolling here. I've been delayed a little bit. I was going golfing yesterday and got a little sick last night. Had to go to sleep, so took a little time this morning. Plus, Tom was a little hungover from his victory. You know, it was actually more than a victory. It was an actually outstanding performance. 360 yards passing, 4 TDs. He looked like a genius out there. Like he looked like Tom of old. Really proud of you, bud. You're really making all those haters disappear pretty quick. Pretty happy about that. It just life's good again. Tom Brady's amazing. Always was. He had me wavering a bit. You know, a lot of people are jumping off the bandwagon there, but Tom said, you know what, give me some time to get this figured out. I'll show you who the real deal is here, and basically we know what's going on. So tomorrow night he plays. We get the Jets, the crappy Jets on Thursday night. Should be another win. That's good stuff. Anyways, good segment going for today. Hopefully we can add a couple nice tidbits. I got a couple new things to do today, and hopefully that'll work out and you guys enjoy it. Anyways, so I just want to give us an update. Last week I had Scudder trying to rip the Patriots, take apart the Patriots. So, D's nuts there. I threw a bet out to him, as we all know, about the Butler bet. So let's get an update in the Butler bet. We'll do it each week. Pats won, obviously. Dolphins lost at home. Very tough loss. Aaron Rodgers came through with a huge touchdown. He even used the Dan Marino fake to fake them out. All they had to do was tackle Buddy in bounds, and they won the game. And of course, they just don't got the skill on defense to do that. So, Dolphins lost. They're 2-3. Pats are 4-2. We got the Jets tomorrow night at home. Dolphins got to go to Chicago. Not an easy environment. I'm looking like a 2-4 record for the Dolphins, 5-2 for the Pats. I'll give you an update next week on the Butler Challenge. Anyways, just a couple reviews of last week. The Poop League. I lost. It was a devastating loss. It looked like I was going to pull it out until Nutsack had Forte go off for a bunch of garbage time points. They really poured it on there. And he had, 10, 12 catches, something ridiculous. And then he caught that Pierre Garcon catch at the end there. It's really dug a hole for me. And, not having Calvin Johnson's really been hurting me. So looks like I'm going to lose him for a few more weeks, which really sucks. But see if I can get through, see what happens. Anyways, went 3-4 last week on Fat Sundays. Poop League went 5-2, a little better there. In my pick'ems, I actually went to 11-3-1, so pretty good pick on the wins. The only losses I had was Seattle at home. I didn't think Dallas could be good enough to beat them. I picked Atlanta to win at home over the Bears. The Bears showed us a little something there, came through. And then I picked, some other team. I don't remember what it was. And that tie, of course, wasn't there. So, actually, no, I think I went 11-2-1, actually. So anyways, that's the picks for this week. I didn't win any of the pick'ems. Someone else actually went one better than me, so he won the thing. But anyways, let's go. I'm adding a little segment this week. It's going to be the Pro Line segment. So what I'm going to buy a $10 Pro Line ticket every week. If we win, and when we win, that money I'm just going to use for Fat Sundays. So whatever the prize pool is, we'll spend every cent on whatever you guys want to spend it on. We'll have a Fat Sundays at my house or whatever. So anyways, the pick this week, it's a $10 Pro Line pick. I'm picking Indy to win at home. I'm picking Detroit Lions to win at home. The Dallas Cowboys to win at home. Arizona, whatever they are, Arizona Cardinals to win. I believe they're on the road. And Seattle to win by plus or minus 7.5. So they're going to win by the spread. All right, so that pays $306. If we win, that's a lot of food and soda pops for a lot of people. So let's hope we win. We'll get it figured out anyways. In a little segment, hopefully I can add some viewers onto that with that little tidbit of excitement. Anyways, let's get on with the reviews of this week. We've got the first matchup is Napoli against Sunday Booze and Doobs. The big blockbuster trade a couple weeks ago. Marco still hasn't even played any of the players from the trade. I know he traded Daniels for Hearn, so maybe start him this week. I'm hoping he does. Anyways, I'm taking a Napoli with the win this week. It's a desperate time. Odell Beckham, I picked him up. Now Cruz broke his knee. Hopefully he can step in and do something good for me. Calvin's still going to be out, but I just think Manny's going to light it up, and I'm going to come through and take him down. So we're going to go with Napoli on that one. Next one, we got Red Dragons against Donairs Make Me Poop. Donairs, I'm sorry to say this, your team is really hurting right now. It's looking like you're going back to the poop, unfortunately. One and done. Back to the pooper scooper. Anyway, so, basically teams made a waiver wires. I'm going to go with the Red Dragon on this one. Next, we get the Titties against High Crime Crooks. High Crime Crooks, you've been putting up some pretty solid points right now. I'm not sure how your team was doing it, but I think this week, Titties, he's got Andrew Luck. He's got a good match. I think he's going to put up a lot of points. So I'm going to go with the Titties in this one. Next, we got Taste My Nutsack against TD Machine. We're going to go with TD Machine here. I think Romo's going to go off. Taste My Nutsack doesn't have any Nick Foles, so he's going to make a replacement there. So I think Romo's going to pull it out there for TD Machine. Next, we get the Big Daddy Bronco Balls. This is the big matchup of the week against Roethlisberger. Two really high-scoring teams. Bronco Balls actually just called me, asked me for advice on who to play there. A couple of those guys are starting to fall apart, but he's got some pretty solid firepower there. We're going to go with Big Daddies on this. I think Gronk's going to go off this Thursday night. I think it's going to make a difference in the matchup. So we'll go with Big Daddy on that. Next one, we got the Midget Bowl. Sony and Scudder. I guess they're both down here. Yeah, we got the old D's Nuts against Bitches Love Grapes. The Midget Bowl. So this one's pretty excited. D's Nuts, got 1 week with a ton of points. Next week, he craps the bed. So, he's starting to turn into the most overrated team in the league. A lot of hype, but, he only fulfills his potential every once in a while. But I'm going to go with D's Nuts in this one. I think he pulls it out. I think he just got too much for Grapes. So D's Nuts over the Grapes. All right. Last one, we got Da Bears. Actually, we're legally changing his name to Da Poop because that's exactly where he's going. Pacheco. We got you winning this week because Da Poop is going down. And Da Poop, I know you threw a little. You're upset with everyone ripping on you. I know you touched a chord because you were pretty upset there. I'll take it. I'll say you're going to the Poop. I'll put 20 clams on her, bud. 20 clams and the poop stain going down to you. Perfect place for you. The Bears are falling apart as well. I just think they're not going to go too far. They might have won last week, but actually, I hope you do win this week because it's against the Dolphins. So I really need you to win. Win one more week and then lose, all right? Anyways, that's predictions this week. We're going to go on to the Poop League. Poop League, we got Big Fat Bellies against Old Titties, okay? I got Big Fat Belly pulling this one out. He's got Titty's got two Jacksonville receivers in his starting lineup. That can't be good. So we're gonna go with Big Fat on that one there. Next we got Chet Irwin, whatever his name is there, against G-Men. Chet, I think you got too much stuff going on. I think your team's too deep. G-Men, it's gonna be a rough week for you there. I'm gonna go with Chet on that one. Next we got North End Bullies against Dolphin Dan. Dolphin Dan, you've arguably got the best running back trio in the league starting, so I feel that you're going to pull that out there. So we're going to go with Dolphin Dan on that one. Next we got I got an extra. Someone's showing up here. We got Minister of Offense playing against old Sausage Fingers. I think Sausage Fingers, he's got Romo to fill in there for Nick Foles, so I think that's going to be enough to pull it out for him. So we'll go with old Sausage Fingers there on that one. Next, we got Titan Juicy against Frankencock. Titan Juicy, you've been calling for a prediction for you, so I'm going to give it to you to give you the win this week. I think you just get enough to pull through. So we'll get the old Titan Juicy over the Frankencock. Next, we got Hardcore Porn against the Cobra Kai. I got some audience over here laughing at this, but anyways. My wife doesn't understand why this is so important, why this is funny. She understands why men watch this stuff. She thinks I'm retarded, but that's fine. Anyways, we're going to go with hardcore porn just because Cobra Kai, your team's terrible, and you're Jets fans, so double whammy this week. You get destroyed. Last, we get the Dirty Pooper against the Real Deal Banana Peel. We're going to go with Dirty Pooper on this one. It's going to be a really close one. You get some pretty close teams back and forth, but I think Manning pulls it out for the Pooper like he does for Napoli. So we're going to go with it there. All right, so that's the predictions there. Last week I had a couple, predictions for, top performers. Aaron Rodgers, he had a good performance, 30 points, whatever. Gronk had a good day, 7 catches, 94 yards. We're looking to see a touchdown there. Victor Cruz, yeah, he got a Cruz missile to the knee, so he's done for the year. And Marshawn Lynch, they just couldn't run in against Dallas. For some reason, they stopped running, which was the dumbest mistake ever. So I want to put that whole blame on Carroll there for that. Sleepers, I picked Ryan Fitzpatrick. He had an okay day, nothing special. Andre Williams also snuck up the bed because the Giants were terrible. Jordan Matthews, 4 catches, 50 yards. He's starting to come around a bit. I'm not sure what's going on there, but they did a lot of running of the ball. Clay Harbor, tight end. It's a good pick. 3 catches, 91 yards, and a TD. So he's a good person going forward there. After this week's top performers, I'm going to go with Romo and Des Bryant for the. Love you too. I'm talking to Tom, not Tina. And we're going with Romo and Bryant here, lighting up big time against the Giants this week. I think it's time to start throwing the ball a little bit. Matt Forte, a running back, I think they're going to be running a lot, passing up it off because Dolphins got a lot of linebackers that are pretty tight for the run, so I think they're going to be dropping it off to Forte to get away with that blitz there. And last one, go with Jordan Cameron. I think he's going to have a good game this week, so we'll go with that. Sleepers, we're going to go with Brian Hoyer. I think he's going to have a good week passing to Cameron. Odell Beckham, I'm hoping he's going to pick up the slack. It's the Cowboys are going to be behind. They need to throw the ball a lot. They don't really have many options, so we'll go with that. We're going to go with James White, waiver wire pickup by Napoli. New England has to play some of that running back. Brandon Bolden, I just don't think is the answer. Green's not tough enough to go inside. Bill likes to give the rookies a look, so I'm going to go with James White on that. And tight end, we're going to go with Amaro for the Jets. The Pats, Phil Mayo, that's obviously going to hurt a little bit in the coverage. They stole Jamie Collins to cover, but we're going to go with Amaro to have a bunch of catches as Geno Smith's safety valve. So we'll go with that. So that's the performers section of the week. I thought about the food segment this week, and I had a couple pretty good ideas I wrote down, but I thought, you know what? It was Thanksgiving. How do you not have a food segment not involved in Thanksgiving? So just to give you an idea, Sunday, we had a Thanksgiving dinner. Instead of turkey, we actually took chicken, smashed it all out, so it was really flattened. Put stuffing in it, stovetop, rolled up, cooked in the barbecue. Was really good. But anyways, the real treat was Monday. We had a family dinner at my parents' house, 25 people. Anyways, before dinner was at 3 o'clock, and it was just kind of funny because I was at my office. We were doing some flooring, and it was about 12:30, 1 o'clock. Of course, I hadn't eaten all day. I was starving. I just thought, you know what? Do I hold out the 2 hours and wait till supper? You know what I mean? Like, what do I do? My office is on Kemp Road, so of course Burger King's right there. I had a pre-Thanksgiving Whopper, 2 Whoppers actually, so I was ready to go. Felt really good. Got to the Thanksgiving dinner, and of course my sister had made like 10 different amazing kind of dishes. One was a squash dish. It was fantastic. There was a sweet potato one. Then we had turkey. There was ham, carrots. I mean, there was everything, and I loaded the plate up. I mean, it was stacking over, but everything tasted so good. And I was at the point my belly was feeling pretty rough. And you know how you have the first bowl, the first plate of Thanksgiving dinner, you're pretty stuffed and you're ready to lay in the couch pass out. Anyways, it was so good. I said, you know what, forget. I'm going with plate number 2. So I got a second plate. Shout down. I was really hurting, but usually that's my cue. I go lay down. Everyone talks. I pass out on the couch. Did my aunt make one of my favorite desserts? It's got sponge cake cut in pieces put into it. It's got vanilla pudding, whipped cream, almonds, little like almond chips, strawberries in it. I mean, it's absolutely. I mean, you can't have anything better. Anyways, I had 2 bowls of that. Let's just say I passed out. I woke up about 2 hours later, and I just had to go drop the kids off the pool because it was over. But anyways, that was my food saving of the week. Pre-game Whopper, post-game truffle dessert. great day. I was pretty stuck. I'm still feeling the effects of it now, but don't ever go for one plate on Thanksgiving. Don't ever feel guilty of getting a second plate, because you know what? You can never go back at the second plate. Leftovers aren't the same. All right, so you do it. Don't give in to peer pressure. Eat that second plate. Don't worry about how fat you get. It doesn't make a difference. All right. Anyways, I've got a couple of things this week. I did have an email segment, so I did a couple of emails this week. The first one here, I'm going to read it off to you guys, okay? This is from, actually doesn't give his name. His initials are MS. Just says disgruntled Dolphins fan. He asks me, what is going on with the Dolphins here? I just don't know. After that loss to Green Bay, I don't know where my future is heading. Where do you see us going? Well, MS, wherever that is, I see the Dolphins. They got some potential. They got a quarterback. He's young. He's in his first couple of years. He's got some good potential. They don't really have anyone to throw to. I don't like their offense. Their defense is pretty good. I mean, they can keep them in games. They did have a fluky win in Week 1 against the Patriots. Of course, the Patriots were winning that game, obviously, in the first half. That game September, second half, the Heat Miami, gets to people. So, Pat's faltered. Obviously, the Dolphins look like they're world beaters. But since then, they haven't really done too much. So, they got a tough matchup this week against the Bears. They got a few tough games coming up. So, what? Do I see them making the playoffs? Probably about a 30% chance right now. The AFC isn't super strong, but 8-8 might still get you in, but probably 9-7. And right now, it's looking like they're going to go 2-4, so they're going to have to go 6-2. The rest 7-1 basically. The rest of the season make the playoffs. Can't see it happening. So basically, MS, you might want to get yourself fitted for a Butler hat. Next one here, I just said this was kind of off topic. This email, someone just had to ask me this. In Napoli, I heard a rumor about an instance in your life about the Kobe Pool. The Kobe Pool. That does bring back quite a memory. Back in the day, me and Sausage Fingers and a couple other people, we used to go to the Kobe Pool and we used to climb the fence. That was back in my athletic days where I could flip over top of that fence, whatever, right? So we'd climb up, we put a towel over top of the barbed wire, we'd climb in, we'd go dip in the pool there and off the diving board, whatever. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of good time with that. Anyways, cops would come, chase us off, that'd be it. One night I was there, really had to go. Obviously the bathrooms are closed. I thought, I don't want to go out in the woods. I don't want to use leaves. So I went down to the Kobe pool, the baby pool there, obviously, and I had to let it go. But a foot-long python came out. But as that was happening, the cops were pulling into the parking lot with their flash with the big head beams on. I didn't know what to do. Flashing water, getting water, trying to get it to go, trying to go. You're in a hurry. You have to get it out there. I just had to splash whatever I could. I pulled the shorts up and just ran for our life. The cops chased us through the woods. Anyways, it was crazy. One of our friends was there, D. Murphy. He stayed behind because he was in awe of the size of the turd. Anyways, he almost got caught. We took off running for our lives. Anyways, next day I was talking to a friend of mine, and they said the pool was shut down for maintenance. And yeah, that's what it was from. Anyway, so unfortunately, if your kid was in there and had a bit of a O. Henry bar, then that's probably my fault. Anyways, but just a funny story to laugh about. Whatever, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Anyways, that's enough for the emails, the fans. I guess we're pretty much where we're at for today. I tried to get a couple special guests. I was sick, obviously, so things didn't really work out as well as I wanted to. Tom's been here. You've been a great guest. I know you haven't said too much. I know you're just kind of sitting back and relaxing. You got a big game tomorrow night, so I don't want you to mess up any of your muscles. I think your ankles are a little bit sore. But anyways, listen, thanks for coming, Tom. I expect a big performance from you. I have 8 fantasy leagues, and he's a quarterback in 6 of them. Of course, now I'm starting to win. Things starting to work out. So I need a big game tomorrow night from you and Gronk. So anyways, this is probably going to be it for today. Did you hear a knock? I heard a knock. Let's go see who it is. Let's go, bud. I didn't think you were going to make it. I thought you were at work. Am I ever excited to see you? Oh, look who just showed up. It's Ravine. Oh, I mean Sausage Fingers. Doesn't he look like Ravine? I've actually heard a few stories. This guy was telling me he was at the Buskers one week, and everyone kept coming up. Listen, oh, it's Ricky. Give me your autograph. Everyone thinks he looks like Ricky from Trailer Park Boys. So I just thought, but no, it's the real deal. It's Sausage Fingers. Good to have you here, buddy, man. Good to see you. Looking spry as ever. The old goatee going down there. Yeah, looking good. Anyways, how was work today, buddy? Probably pretty good, eh? All right. Well, listen, I got a couple things set up there. Got little segments for you. I'm just wondering, basically, why don't you tell us a little about yourself? Every week we want people to kind of tell us about who they are, and if you could tell us who you are, give us an idea. Where you come from.
Well, first off, before I get into myself, I'd like to tell you that I'm very thankful to be here today. And I know I was telling my woman the other day that it would mean a lot to me if I was asked to come on here as a special guest, and pretty excited about it. And,
yeah, we're excited too.
I just like to thank you for the opportunity to be here, and just a little bit myself. If anyone doesn't know anything about me, I grew up around here. I play a lot of baseball. I've got a body shape like Grimace.
Oh.
Heavy on top, skinny on bottom. Actually, growing up, funny thing is, people used to call me the SB with the GUT. That meant string bean with the gut. And you know what? It's a good one. I actually really like that. Latched onto that one quite a few years back. It kind of fits my personality as well. I like sports. I think I'm good at fantasy football. I'm not really, but I try my best every year. A lot of people consider me a bandwagoner. I like the Buccaneers, but when the Patriots are doing well, I cheer for them. When the Saints are doing good, I cheer for them. Manning's throwing touchdowns, I cheer for him. I always go back to the Buccaneers when anyone tries to pull something on me, but deep down I'm a Pats fan, and anyone that knows me probably knows that by now. But anyways, that's a little about me, and hopefully answer a few more of your questions.
Well, yeah, well, that's good. It's good to know about you. I mean, I did notice the structure of your body. I did notice the kind of. It's kind of weird. I honestly don't know how you don't fall over when the wind's blowing pretty hard. It's like a crane, waving in the wind there. But so I'm just kind of curious. A lot of people are asking me, where did Sausage Fingers come from? Like, where did you get that nickname? Like, where's that come from? So, why don't you give us a little background on where the Sausage Fingers came from?
You want to know how I get that nickname, eh? Well, it's a really long story, but it's kind of a cute story, really. Like, me and Big Fat Billy's lived together for quite a few years there, and every morning, Jay, he would get out of bed there a little bit early. I'd feel him roll out, and I knew something was going on. I'm laying in bed still, and next thing I know, sausages. I could smell sausages being cooked. So I crawled out of bed and I went upstairs, and sure enough, Big Fat Billy, he was cooking little Jimmy Dean's mini sausages. Well, did I not jump for joy or what? I went over and gave old Big Fat Belly a big old belly rub. We belly bumped a few times there, and I sat down in anticipation of the old sausages, and next thing I know, Big Fat Belly, he upset at me because I kept reaching into the pan and trying to grab those little sausages. But, so that's kind of where he said, get those sausage fingers out of there. So that's kind of where I got the nickname Sausage Fingers, because I used to always try to dip in and grab the sausage out of the frying pan while Big Fat Belly was cooking them up. So that's a little background of where that came from anyways.
Wow, that's a great story. So you used to dip your fingers in trying to steal the sausages while Big Fat Bellies was cooking them. That's how your fingers makes a lot of sense. All power to you, but no sausage are cooking. That aroma's going. I can't blame you, right? Anyway, so you talk a lot about Big Fat Bellies there. I know a lot of us. You're both in the Poop League now, so you're probably happy about that. The rumor was actually you lost on purpose for the Poop League, because that's where Big Fat Belly was, just to kind of make your relationship go a little better. But anyways, listen, a lot of people are asking me about that relationship, and I just was curious. Where that's at and what your feelings on that are. So maybe you can give us a little insight on that, about your relationship with Big Fat.
Well, that actually is a long story. Me and Big Fat Belly there, we used to, we lived at home for quite a long time. We were there till probably, our late 20s anyways. And, we decided, you know what, let's get out of our parents' basements and let's get into let's get a spot together. So we pick up a little spot down the passage there, and that the rest is history, really. It turned into one of the best relationships of my life. No offense to my current leading lady, but those 5 or 6 years together with the belly there was just magical, really. Like I said before, we had the bunk beds. We just felt, one of us was just getting too heavy to be on the top there, so we decided to get a king size bed, and a little awkward at first, but after a while, just the way our bodies are shaped, both like grimacy, we kind of just fit. We just fit in perfectly, like a jigsaw puzzle. Do you know what I mean? So we knew when that was starting to happen that things were going in the right direction. So I'm not going to get into our cuddling or anything like that, but let's just suffice to say things are pretty good in the bedroom, right? So, but you know what? It was a good time. I always look back at that first. That was kind of the first morning. With the king size bed when I smelt those sausages. It's just bringing back memories of the good old days. Every once in a while, I get Big Fat Billy a text saying, "Hey, you want to get night at the Delta, just for good old time's sakes." But,
night at the Delta.
It just meant a lot to me. Yeah, it was a good time, and I know Belly's moved on with his life. We kind of moved on with mine, but I'll never forget those memories.
Wow, that's you know what, I used to make fun of you, but you know what, that actually, I almost shed a tear. That was pretty emotional. Just jigsaw puzzle. It's good to see. I noticed you did have a little twinkle in your eye there as you're talking about that. But listen, I really appreciate you being here today. Listen, I have one more question to ask you. Like, what do you feel about? How's it feel being the poop? I know I'm probably mostly responsible for sending you there, but what do how do you feel about being the poop now that you've been there for a little bit?
I'll be honest with you, I didn't think I'd ever be in the poop league. Obviously, I was doing pretty good last year. I think I was 3-1. Things were rolling. I had an Napoli over to watch. I think it was Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football. It was the Patriots against the
remember that game well.
He had Tom Brady, and I had Drew Brees and Jimmy Graham. The 1-2 combo, and it was looking good all game. I'm looking good, and everything's going awesome. I'm playing Napoli that week too, and next thing you know, Tom Brady goes off, throws a touchdown to Campbell Thompson in the end zone. Pats win, I lose, straight to the poop. It's been pretty embarrassing since then.
Yeah. Wow. I remember that night. You're all excited, making fun of me. I was sitting in the coach, all depressed. Boom. Tom Brady goes off, throws that touchdown. I'm dancing around your floor. I fall. I'm doing the worm. I'm doing the moonwalk. You were so upset. It was just amazing. I won pro line with that pick too. Just sent me on a winning streak of 7 or 8 games. It was just amazing. So I know what you're feeling like. The crappy feeling you felt, it was even better for me. Anyways, listen, man, I really appreciate you being here. It was good to have you here today. I know you took the time out of your busy schedule from working. But yeah, listen, thanks for giving us a lot of insight into who you are and into your relationship styles. But listen, man, thanks again for coming here.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you having me on here today. It means a lot. I took time off work to come be part of this. So, it is important to me. And, thanks for having me on. And, I hope everyone learned a little bit about me and know that I'm diversified going either way, so just, I hope this year I get out of the poop league, get back to the main league, and hope you guys support me along the way. And thanks again.
No problem, man. Listen, I really appreciate it. Well, maybe we'll do a little belly rub with you or whatever. I know that makes you feel good, but listen, thanks for coming on today. Thanks again, guys, for another session of Chewing the Fat. Great to see Brady back. Big game tomorrow night. I'll probably be watching it there. If any of you Pats fans want to hang out and watch that game, send me a text anyways. Listen, guys, another great session. Hopefully everything works out well for your guys' football teams this week. I know the Pats are going to win, so hopefully you guys will pull it off, give you some fantasy wins. Anyways, take care. This is it. Napoli out, Chewing the Fat. Peace.